First of all, I'm so excited for another Money Marketing Monday with Nyala. It's been 2 weeks, or either 2 or 3 weeks since we've been gone because of the Master Your Marketing Summit. We didn't have it a couple of weeks ago, and then I took last week off just to really catch up because I'm traveling a lot this month. I'm leaving to go to Vegas in a couple of days, and it's just been so much happening. So I decided to take a week off just to catch up on some things that I need done while I'm away. So I'm really happy to be back today. Hopefully all of you guys will start coming in a minute. Our email just went out. So anyway, listen, I've had so many breakthroughs in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to say from the summit released on the 17th of February. So I'm going to say all of this started probably a week or two before the summit, up until like right now. I'm in it right now where just so many breakthroughs, and I can't wait to come and share a couple of things with you, which I'm going to do really soon. But yeah, that's how life has been for me. Business has been for me for the last few weeks. I've just been learning so much. And within this last weekend, I feel like I've always been an asset, right? So I always know that I can help my clients. I know confidently that I'm the bomb at what I do. But this weekend, man, let me tell you, I feel like if I just got even more valuable. I feel like the breakthroughs and the shifts that I'm going through in the last few weeks is going to bring so much more to you guys, to my clients, my audience, all of you guys. So I'm just excited, really, really excited. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about my number one strategy for you to get 1 to 3 clients within the next 30 days. If you are new to our group, welcome. This is a Money Marketing Monday with Nyala, where I show up every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you content on marketing and messaging, all in the hopes of making sure that you follow through so you can make more money. Okay, so I'm really big on people showing up for themselves, but I'm even more big on implementation and execution, right? So don't just come and spend the next 30 to 45 minutes with me and then, it's like you just learned another thing. Really put it into action because the things that I give you work, okay? So as you guys are here, say good morning. Hey, who's this? Oh, hey girl, howdy. How are you? I haven't spoke to you since Workshop Mastery. How are you? We need to catch up so I can see how your workshop, did your workshop happen already? Let me know if your workshop happened already. So anyway, let's jump into this. Let me get my notes up. I have a lot to show you. I'm even going to be sharing my screen. Make sure you guys are going to be taking a lot of notes for this one, okay? I'm really excited to teach this to you, and this is not going to be new, but I will say that many of you are going to have resistance to what I'm going to say today because of what you've been hearing on the internet streets, okay? And if you know anything about me, I'm really like the complete opposite of what you're used to hearing because I've been able to reach these type of results doing way less work than the average person online, okay? So many of you are going to have resistance. And many of you are going to probably struggle with hearing what I have to say. But first things first, this is not new. Number one, it's not new. Number two, all the top coaches and leaders that you love and you adore use this strategy. Number three, old school usually works faster and easier. And I'm going to prove it to you today. Okay. So I'm excited about this because this strategy, like I said in my email, this strategy has the potential of making you a lot of money. So if you are new to the coaching and consulting industry, this is going to be good for you to hear because if you're trying to get your first set of clients, maybe you're trying to get your first 3 clients, this is going to be something that you want to pay attention to. But if you're a veteran and you're just looking to make extra money, like you just need a surge, maybe you need to invest in some advertising, maybe you need to invest in coaching, maybe there's some personal things and you just need to make an extra $3,000, $5,000, or even $10,000 within the next 30 days, this strategy is going to be the fastest and easiest way for you to do that. So make sure you guys are really taking notes, okay? No, we rescheduled to make sure we maximize and follow the layout from Workshop Mastery. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna check in with you so I can hear, you know, what's going on. But at least it's a reschedule and not a cancel. Right? Okay, so let's talk about what's important. In order for this strategy that I'm going to share with you to work, there's two things that you need to know. Number one, the importance of my title. Okay, so the title says my number one strategy for getting 1 to 3 premium clients in the next 30 days. So what's very important about what I said there is premium clients. Okay, all right, so in order for what I'm sharing with you to really work quickly, you're going to want to have an offer that's priced at $3,000 or more. Okay, and here's why. If you have a $500 offer or a $1,000 offer, $1,500 offer, the strategy changes. Okay, so this is for premium. If you have if you have an offer that's lower than, I would even say 2,500 will work too. I like 3,000 better, but maybe 2,500 will work. So if you have something less than $2,500, then the strategy is going to change. This is specifically for someone who has an offer over $2,500. Okay, so this is the first thing that's really important. All right. Again, for those of you who's now joining, say hello. We're talking about the fastest and easiest way for you to get 1 to 3 clients within the next 30 days. This is not a strategy that I want you to adopt for the rest of your time growing your business. This is about making quick money. This is about getting some clients into the door. If you're new, this is about being able to, like I said, make some profit so you can do more and you can start to set up systems in your business. Okay. All right. So let's jump in. Quick story. It could have been, I don't know, maybe about 4 years ago or 5 years ago. I don't know. I want to say 4 years ago, maybe. And all I know is it was a Saturday and I went to church. I go to church on Saturdays. Hey, Nikila, darling, how are you? So I go to church on Saturdays. I'm Seventh-day Adventist. And we had a Pico bill. So I'm here in Pennsylvania. Our electric company out here is Pico. The name is Pico. So I had a Pico bill, and this bill was about $1,700, a little bit over $1,700. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory if you don't know anything about me. I pretty much grew my business to multiple 6 figures coming from being on welfare and Section 8, every government assistance program you could imagine just to get by. And so there's this program called Cap Rate in Pennsylvania that they give you a break on your electric bill, okay? But there's one catch, and here's the catch. If you miss a bill, then what they do is they take all that money that they put in the deferred plan and they add it back to your current bill. So this is what happened. I missed a bill and they put all the money that was in the deferred plan back on my account, and it was like over $1,700. I go to church. Now, another thing, you're going to learn so much about me in this live. I didn't even know I was going to share all of this. Hey, Alicia, darling, good morning. So another thing you need to know about me is, you know, I come from the church, and I was someone that like left the church and then came back. And so it would be within the last 4 or 5 years that I even got into like tithing and just like really thinking about having true faith, you know, and not just talking about it, but really believing in God and that type of stuff. So that morning I went to church feeling really down and stressed about my Pico bill, but also feeling like I was going to have faith in God. I don't know if that makes sense. Just give me a 1 below if that makes sense. If you guys are following me, and if you've been in that situation before where you have a little doubt because there's something going on in your life, but you're like having this conversation in your head and you're like, have faith, Nyala, have faith, right? So I go to church. I feel like the pastor is speaking to me, and I get this boost of inspiration that I'm going to make this money that I need for my Pico because I was tired of my electric and my water and stuff getting cut off every few months. And I just really was determined. And I had this boost of inspiration when I got out of church that day. So I come home. I'm going to never forget this day. I come home. At this time, my program was, I think it was like $500. I had something that I was selling. I'm going to say it was about $500. And I came up with this bright idea. Something came in my head that I needed to reach out to people. And so I came home from church. I wrote a list of about 6 people who I knew that bought from me before, that was in my audience, and that I felt would need what I was selling. And very genuinely, guys, it wasn't like something that was salesy or premeditated. It was like being in church. It was like if I had a voice that said to me, this is what you need to do when you go home. And I just chose to follow. So I go home, I think of these people, and I go and I reach out right on Facebook in a messenger. And I'm going to call one of those people Latricia. That's not her name, but the first person I reached out to, I'm going to call her Latricia. So I reach out to Latricia and I'm like, hey girl, I wanted to talk to you really quick. First of all, how you doing? Do my little talk normal. Say, I want to talk to you really quick because I have something happening that I think you're going to be interested in. And she's like, yeah, sure, let's talk about it. I called her right away. We get on the phone. I talk to her. I make $500. I'm like, oh my God. I do it again. The next person on the list. Remember, I told you it was about 6 people that I wrote down. And these were just people who bought like $97 workshops from me, or, they just bought little things. And I just knew that what I had was good for them. And I just said, let me reach out the normal way that Nyala still reaches out to people up to this day. All right. So if any of you who are here, Alicia's here, Anita's here. Hey, darling. Y'all know I ain't changed. I'm the same way right now. I reach out to my people, and that's what I did. I'm going to tell you something. I made $1,500 in the space of 2 hours, okay, of writing people right on Facebook who I knew, okay, and this is going to be key, and don't worry, I'm going to break all of this down for you, but people, hey, precious darling, people who I knew, and who I knew 100% would have been good, would have been good with what I was offering. So that's the first thing that I want to say. And it's so funny that this happened, because if you know anything about me, I came from the sales industry. I came from network marketing, selling Kirby vacuums, selling knives, selling direct TV packages. I've always been in sales. And so it's so crazy that when it worked, the first thing I thought is, why wasn't I doing this all along? I remember back in the days in network marketing, when you first start, they'll tell you to write a list of all the people you know. How many of y'all know that? Put a 2 or tap up the screen. How many of y'all know that, right? So they'll tell you to write a list. And then from that list, you have to come up with your top 100. And you got to find out who you know, your mechanic, your doctor, your this, right? And you make these lists and you start to reach out. And this is what they taught you when you first started sales. So when I made this $1,500, I started thinking about, wow, why wasn't I doing this before? Why wasn't I doing this before? So this is the strategy, guys. The number one strategy and the fastest and easiest way to get clients into your program right now, I would say before this week over, and I put money on it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say before I continue. In order for this to work, you have to follow through and follow up. Do not just sit down and listen to me. Follow through and follow up. Because if you follow through and you follow up, you will see what I'm telling you. It will happen, okay? And it can happen very quickly depending on where you are in business. So let me tell you what I mean by that. If you're new and you don't really have an audience yet, you don't really have people yet, you haven't worked with anyone yet, then it may take you to 30 days to actually do the work and follow through. But if you're someone who's already been in the game, you have a Facebook group, you have an email list, you've worked with clients before, you've done live events before, whatever it is, then for you, this can happen in a week. It happened for me in a couple of hours. It happened for me in a couple of hours, okay? So follow through, follow up. All right, now let's continue. So the fastest way by now, you guys should already see what I'm talking about. It's consultation. It's old school, getting on the phone and doing some consultations. It is the fastest and easiest way to get 1 to 3 clients into your program right now. But here's the problem. The problem is you don't know how to get your people. The problem is you're using the wrong marketing strategy. There's 3 things that you need to make money right now. Ready? Make sure you write this down. Number 1, you need people. Number one, you need people. All right. So that means you need to have visibility. You need the people, the list, the people that you're going to talk to, the people who's going to buy. That's the first thing you need. The second thing you need is a marketing strategy, right? Because in order to get people, what do you have to do? You have to market. And then the third thing you need is a good offer. We talked about that first. An offer that's priced at $2,500 or more. Those are the three things that you need to make money right now. Okay? So let's get back to what I'm saying. And y'all see I'm getting all excited because, again, the reason why most of you ain't making no money right now is because you're using the wrong marketing strategy. Okay? It's because you're using the wrong marketing strategy. So if you are on social media every day hoping that people are going to respond to your social media posts and they're going to just book an appointment and everything, you're just going to get 30 consultations on your calendar in the next 2 weeks from putting out a social media post, it's not going to happen. And so right now, what you need is to be more intentional, and that's what this strategy is. And so remember what I said to you, this strategy is not a long term. It's not something that I want you to be doing, you know, for the next 6 months. It's just something that you need to do right now, depending on where you're at, so you can start to bring in some money. I think the biggest thing that I see people, or the biggest way that they go wrong, is using the wrong marketing strategy, so it takes them longer to get the results. And while they're going to the results, they're losing money. While they're going to the results, they're wasting time. All right? While they're going for the results, it's like stress. When you could follow what I'm going to tell you today, and you could get clients right now and relieve some of that stress that you're feeling. So like I said, you need people, you need a marketing strategy, and you need an offer. All right? So let's talk first about people. Okay? Let's talk about people. Are you guys following me? Give me a 3 below if you're still with me. Okay? So let's talk about people. The first thing you want to do, step one, is you're going to want to make a list of your low-hanging fruit. I call it a low-hanging fruit list, okay? A list of your low-hanging fruit. That's what you want to do. All right? Where do you get this list from? And again, this is going to work whether you're new or whether you're old. I'm going to break it all down for you. So where do you get this list from? The first place you want to go is your past clients. So anybody who bought from you before. So remember what I said, I had 6 people who I thought of on the top of my head, and I wrote it down on the list and I started reaching out to them. So you need to make a list, okay? So all past clients, anybody who's bought from you before, okay? Even if it was something for $25, if they bought from you before, put them on the list, all right? The second thing is current clients, all right? So current clients, they can refer you to people. Current clients are actually the easiest way to get clients, because when they speak to someone on your, you know, about your program, they're talking from their point of view. You know, they're like, hey, Tasha, girl, listen, you need to talk to my coach because I went in this program and this is what I was able to do, boom, 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 right? And Tasha's like, I went in, okay? So number one, past clients. Number 2, current clients, because you could get referrals. Let me get to my notes. Number 3, email list engagers. So let me explain what I mean by that, because I have a huge email list now. Thank you, Jesus. Praise the Lord. But not all of them are engaged. Not all of them are engaged. So when I say email list people who are engaged, I'm talking about people who, you know, they respond to your emails when you tell them to hit reply. When you tell them to show up live, they show up live. You know, when you ask a question, they respond. You know, they've reached out to you before and asked some questions. You know those people. You know those people. Put a 5 below if you have those people who've emailed you before, right? So people who have engaged with your email. And then another is your Facebook group, okay? So these are the places. I'm not talking about your Instagram followers. I am not talking about that. We're talking about low-hanging fruit. So what's the definition of, what does that mean, low-hanging fruit? Those are people who've had interaction with you and your brand already. So that means there's some sort of rapport that has been built, which is why it's easier to get them to convert, because they know you already. Okay, so if you're trying to use social media, let's go back to that example. If you're using your social media posting, the reason why it's not working as quickly is because you have to build rapport. All right, you have to build rapport. If you are, you know, setting up a simple sales funnel, maybe you created a freebie and you're posting that online, and you're using that to get clients. Again, people have to go through the freebies. Some people have to actually do the work, get results, get to know you, join your group, follow you for a while, all of that before they're ready to get into a high-end offer. So the reason why low-hanging fruit works is because why? They know you already. Is this making sense, guys? They know you already. All right, so let's go through this again. Step one, you're making a targeted list. Oh, I forgot that, targeted. Here's why I added targeted. You're not just putting anyone on the list. So for example, if I wanted to make money right now, let's say I wanted to be able to make $5,000 by tomorrow. And let's say I wanted to put together a package, a 30-day package. I'm making this up, but a 30-day package where I am going to work with people to help them create stories for their marketing. Okay. Let's say I come up with this idea and I say I want to make $5,000 by the end of this week. So I priced the 30-day program at $997. I hope you guys are following me, okay? The reason why targeted matters is because not everybody need the stories. So I have to go to people who needs the story. So remember I said that Saturday when I reached out to people, it was authentic. It's like I went to people who needed what I had. Make sense? All right, so let's go back. So you're gonna make a targeted list of your low-hanging fruit. Where do you find them? Past clients, current clients, email list engagers, Facebook group engagers, okay? Keyword being engagers, okay? You following me? Because y'all not responding, so I don't know. Oh, Anita's responding. Thank you, Anita. But you guys are not responding, so you have to let me know. So when you tap up the screen, when you like, when you love, when you comment, all of that, that makes the person who's teaching you know that you're following, right? So are you guys following me? You need to make a targeted list. That's step one. Now, another reason why this works, especially like your current clients, I'm going to tell you a quick story about one of my clients, and she's actually a really, really good client for me. So how did she meet me? She met me because another coach that she was working with, she got into a little stumbling block as she was growing her business. And another coach told her, listen, I think that this is where you need the help right now. And the person that you need to go to is Nyala. So one day I received a message right here on good old Facebook. And she said, listen, so-and-so told me to reach out to you because you're the person that's great at this. I'm like, okay, let's talk. Let's get on the phone. We get on the phone. By the end of the day, she's a client, and now she's an awesome client. We've been together for months, okay? So referrals is a easiest way to get clients. So your current clients is actually the easiest way. So start there, then go to your past clients, then go to your email list, then go to your Facebook engagers. And try to make a list of minimum 30 people, okay? I hope you guys are following me. D said, how do you suggest that we make a targeted list? What I just said, D. That's what you're going to do. See, maybe you just came in. So you're going to go through your past clients, current clients, people who have engaged with your email, and people who have engaged in your Facebook group, okay? So that's how you're going to come up with a list. And I want you to come up with minimum 30 people. So here's why I say this. And we're still on step one, guys, so don't leave me yet. I'm teaching you. Today I'm teaching you, okay? So don't leave me yet. So here's why I say 30. Industry standard is that you can convert 10%. So that means that if you get 30 consultations over the next 30 days and you speak to one person a day, then you absolutely would get 3 out of those 30 to join your program, okay? So I'm giving you a plan that you can't fail if you do what? Follow through, follow up, okay? I'm giving you a plan that can't fail. The numbers have proven it. If you do what? Follow through and follow up. Got it? So you make the list, a minimum 30 people. Now let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is you start doing direct outreach. This is what we call prospecting. This is the part where the resistance comes. This is the part where your fear comes in. But let me share some statistics with you. And I'm going to share my screen for a minute. And I usually don't do statistics, but I saw this today. And I said, oh my goodness, if you guys were to see what I'm looking at, then it will debunk anything that any fear, that's my notes, y'all, any fear that you have as it pertains to doing consultation. So this is HubSpot.com. Y'all know HubSpot. This is the sales section. And this is statistics, prospecting statistics for 2020. So that means just in the last 2 months, they have done this research, okay? Now watch what they say here, all right? So let me scroll up a little bit. First thing, how do you reach out to your prospects? Right now, 8 out of 10 prospects prefer talking to their reps over email, okay? So that's the first thing for you to know. Let me see what else they have here. I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on. I'm in the wrong spot. I'm in the wrong spot. Okay. Here we go. All right, here we go. So basically they're saying that right now when it comes to prospecting, 68% of consumers rather that they hear directly from the person who they're buying from. And again, this is for if you have an offer $2,500 or more. And if you guys really think about it, who really wants to spend $5,000 or invest $10,000 to someone that they can't even speak to? Just really think about this and just ask yourself this: would you invest $10,000 with someone that you can't speak to, whether it's them specifically or one of their salespeople, right? Let's just really think about this. So 68% of people want to hear from their reps. That's the first thing this is saying. The second thing is saying that right now, 80% buyers say that they prefer to be contacted via email customized. So they don't want bulk emails. They want to hear from you personally. I'm just backing up my claim here. And again, I usually don't do this, but when I saw these statistics earlier, I was just like, how could I not share this? Because everybody runs away from doing consultations, but this is the easiest way to get clients. Like literally just inviting people to come to your offer, just outreaching to people. 77% of buyers responded favorably to an email in the last 12 months. Cold calling lives and phone store. I don't believe in cold calling. I'm just reading you the statistics, but we're gonna talk about the calls. Cold calling lives and the phone still matters. 69% of buyers have accepted phone calls from new sellers in the last 12 months. Making phone calls to existing customers is the #1 most effective prospecting tactic. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Now, here's what else this says. No, I'm not going to go any further because I'm going to share that in a different way. But are you guys following me? Are you guys seeing what I'm saying here? So prospecting still lives. And if you could just get over your fear, and I feel like a lot of people, the reason why they're afraid of reaching out and offering their service to someone is more of a belief. It's more of the fear of rejection, either the lack of belief in yourself and your service or the fear of rejection. Those are the main 2 reasons why people are afraid of reaching out. And if you could just get over that, follow through and follow up, this strategy will really work for you. I hope this is making sense for you guys. Is this making sense for you? Let me stop my share real quick. Is this making sense for you? Okay, so step 1, make the list. Step 2, reach out. Okay, so now let's talk about what you're going to do when you reach out. Let's talk about what you're going to say. Let's talk about exactly how you're going to reach out to people, this list, and what you need to say to get these consultations. Because what did we say? We said, if you do 30 consultations, industry standard rate, which means that even if you don't have any type of sales experience, if you speak to 30 people and you have a good offer, you can get 3 people into your program, correct? So 30 people, here's what you want to say. So let me ask you guys a question real quick. How many offers have you guys made in the last week? Just give me a number below. How many of you have offered your service in the last week, and how many people did you offer your service to? Let me know below. And I mean, I'm just asking you this question because I really want to see if you guys are actually offering your service. or if you're really just waiting for people to come, which most of you are probably waiting for people to come. So hopefully you follow through on this. But let me know how many offers you made in the last week, okay? All right. So let me take you through what you're going to say when you reach out to people, and then we're going to end it for today. Are you guys enjoying this? We haven't done something like this in a minute where I'm sharing my screen and everything. So let me open up this screen for you. Okay. Can you guys see that? Yeah? All right. Slide. Make it bigger. And that should be good. All right. So this is what I call my Get a Client prospecting system. Get a Client prospecting system. And this is exactly what you want to do when you reach out to the people that are on your list. Okay. So step one in this system is called a connection phase. Okay. So right now, if all you're looking to do in the connection phase is get a response. Okay. And when I say get a response, I mean just a response to your message. So when I shared my story about when I did this strategy, because I really needed that money, right? It was literally just reaching out like, hey girl, where have you been? Hey girl, what's up? What you up to? Just to get a response, okay? Just to get them to come back and say, hey Nyala, right? Or hey Alicia, hey Nakila, right? So you just want to get a response. The connection phase is just to get them to respond to your message. Whether you're sending a Facebook message, whether you're sending a text, or whether you're sending a personal email, what you want is you just want to get them to respond. And it could be as simple as saying hello. So that's step one. That's the connection phase, and you're looking to connect. Now, before I move on, let me make sure that I make this clear. We're not reaching out to people who don't know you. Okay, so if I was teaching you about prospecting people who do not know you, then I would have been giving you some steps before this. All right, so remember, we are reaching out to this low-hanging fruit list that we created. So step one, it's just to get a response, all right? And just tap up the screen if you guys are following me. Step two is the qualifying phase. And so what you're looking to do in this phase is you're looking to see if they are open to having a conversation with you. Remember, what is our goal here? To get 30 consultations over the next 30 days so we can guarantee that we get 1 to 3 premium clients into our program, okay? So we just want to see if they're open to have a conversation. So how does this sound? Hey, Latricia girl, how are you? Hey, Nyala, I'm good. Boom, we got the response. What are you up to? I just came from church and I thought about you. I haven't spoke to you in a minute. Oh, well, girl, I'm here hanging at the mall with the kids. Oh my God, that's awesome. Listen, I was reaching out to you because I remember back in February, you said that you were struggling with sharing your stories in your marketing. And I have something awesome that's coming up that I thought would be perfect for you. Are you willing to have a chat about it? Even if we can't do it now, can I schedule some time with you? What do you think Latricia is gonna say? Guys, are you listening to me? Give me a yes below if this is making sense to you. If I reached out to you like this right now, would you respond to me? If you saw me show up in your inbox and I'm like, hey, Nakila girl, listen, I know that you've been struggling with marketing to get more clients, and I have this thing coming up that I thought you might be interested in, or it may be a good fit for you. Are you willing to have a quick chat for me? Nakila, what are you going to say? Be honest. If you're going to tell me no, it's okay. But, what are you going to say? Right? So you don't hear me being salesy. You don't hear me being pushy. You don't hear me talking about my product in a way where I'm trying to sell you. I'm just being genuine. Why? Because we gave some thought to this list. And we wrote a list of people who we know personally through engaging with us on our content or whatever, right? And we know that they are struggling with the problem that our offer provides a solution for. So we are reaching out authentically. I hope you guys are seeing that here, okay? So I reach out to Latricia and she's like, yeah, Nyala, sure, we could talk. Maybe she says to me, I'm at the mall with the kids, so I can't do it right now. But yes, I want to hear about what you have going on. So I may say, so how about Tuesday? How does that work? She'll say, okay, no problem. Okay, so Tuesday at 4? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll speak to you then. I'll send you a confirmation to your email. Latricia says, okay, boom, we have one consultation on the calendar. Or maybe Latricia says, well, actually, I'm free now. We could talk right now. What do you think you're going to do? You're going to pick up the phone, you're going to call, and you're going to get on the phone. You guys following me? You guys following me? You're going to pick up the phone, and you're going to get on the call. Okay? So this is just to see if they're open. I actually just gave you the commitment phase at the same time. But yeah, you want to see if they're open to have the call with you. And once they say yes, then you get a commitment. That's step 3. So you get a commitment where you get them on the calendar. Okay? You get them to say, yes, I'm ready to go. And then you get the appointment. These are the 4 steps that you want to take. So 1, you want to reach out and you want to connect so you can get a response. You want to find out if they're open, if they're still struggling with what they said they were struggling with, and if they're open to speaking with you. Once they say yes, you want to get them on the appointment. That's the whole thing right there. Like, guys, there is no overthinking this here. It's really that simple. Because people are either going to say, yeah, who's here? Sandra. Am I saying that right? That is a cute and unique way to spell your name. Am I saying that right? So, yeah, it's really that easy to get consultations. And people are either going to say no or they're going to say yes. And if they say no, then you say, okay, girl, no problem. There's nothing to feel bad about, right? Okay, no problem. I'll talk to you later, okay? Yeah, or make sure you keep up with me in the Facebook group. I haven't seen you in a while, so don't leave me, right? Or whatever, or I'll check in with you in a few weeks, okay? Sure. So you're either going to get a yes, let's talk about it, or you're going to get a no. When you get your client on the phone, you take them through the process. I can't teach you that now. That's what I teach clients. But you take them through the process of finding out if they qualify for your program and giving them an offer. It's that simple. It's that simple. What? Oh, Sanidra. Ooh, Sanidra. I like that. Sanidra. That's like my name. Every time people call my name, they say Nyala, and I always have to say, no, it's me, like your knee, and then Allah, right? They be like Nyala, Neola, everything, because the uniqueness of the spelling. I like that. Sanidra. Sanidra. Okay, so that's it, guys. This is the whole process. I'm going to go through it one more time for you. Again, what did I say? Follow through, follow up. Follow through, follow up. If you follow what I'm giving you and you do the work, I guarantee you that you will get 1 to 3 premium clients in the next 30 days. Okay, here's the thing. Consistency in clients, meaning being able to get clients coming in every month and clients paying you every month, that takes a little bit more time. That takes a little bit more strategy. That's what I teach you here, so you're in the right place. But just to get 1 to 3 clients right now, just for you to get your first set of clients, or like I said, if you're a veteran and you just need to make some extra money, you need a charge in your profits for this month, maybe you want to travel, maybe there's something you want to do, and you need to make some extra money, then this is the strategy you need to follow through on. I guarantee you that if you make that list of 30 by the end of today and you start reaching out to those people and getting those consultations, then in the next 30 days, you will have 1 to 3 clients. And matter of fact, I challenge every single one of you to follow through. And then in 30 days, come back to me and tell me if you got 1 to 3 clients in your program. Now you got to follow through, because I already know that if you speak to 30 people, you're going to get those clients. You just have to follow through. Okay. So let's go through this one more time, and then I'm going to go ahead and leave you the 3-step process. This is the strategy that you're going to take. So number 1, you're going to make a list of targeted low-hanging fruit. Where do you find those people? From your past clients, from your current clients, referrals that they'll send you, you'll ask for it. People who have engaged with your email list, and people who are in your Facebook groups. And I should probably talk to the people who don't have any of this. Is there anybody listening to me right now who don't have any of this? Like, you've never worked with a client, you never you don't have an email list, you don't have a Facebook group, you just don't. If you are that person, let me know below. Let me know below. And if you do, then I'll give you a separate strategy just for y'all. Okay. So step one, you got to make that list. Step two, you want to do direct outreach. Okay. And step three, you're going to follow my get a client prospecting system to do that direct outreach. And what is that? Number one, the connection phase where you get a response. Okay. Number two, the qualifying phase where you get them to see if they're open to at least listening to you. Yeah. Number three, getting the commitment, and they're like, okay, Nyala, yep, let's book for Tuesday at 4 p.m. And number four, getting that appointment. Okay. So that's a 4-step process of what you're going to do to get the consultation. Okay. So Dee said, yes, me. Nikila said, I have a small list and group. No real email list. Okay, so let's talk about this. And then I'm going to go. I really didn't want to stay too long, but but I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to just give you this quick strategy really quick. Okay. Okay. So remember in step one, when I was like how you have to create a targeted list, and I kind of stopped for a minute and gave you the explanation of targeted. So this is what you have to do if you have no list and nothing. Okay. So you got to create the list. You got to create a targeted list. I would say minimum 100 people will help you get 30 consultations. Okay. So you got to create the list. So here's what you need to do. You need to create a freebie. Write that down. Freebie. And the best freebie to create is a training. So you don't have to do any slides or anything, maybe a 20-minute something that you record where you give your 3 top tips to whatever it is that your clients want to know. So let's use the example that we've been using throughout this whole training today, which is marketing, right? So let's say that my clients want to know how they can use stories, more stories in their marketing, right? And so I may say 3 types of stories that you can share in your marketing. That could be something that I teach, okay? And all I do is hit record and record it. And what you want to do now, and I'm going to, guys, like when I tell you this is gold, this is gold. I'm giving you everything, okay? So a group of you are techie and a group of you are not, okay? If you're somebody who's not techie, then what you want to do is you want to go to a program called Textable. Write this down. Textable. Textiful. Someone put that below. So you're going to use Textable. And what you're going to do is you're going to set up your number. And it's basically if anybody texts story to 55544, then they get this automatic class that you created. 3 ways to do stories in your marketing. Get it? So those are for my non-techie people. For my techie people, then what you're going to do is you're going to create a lead page where people can sign up to watch this training. 3 ways or 3 stories to use in your marketing. Okay? And now what you're doing is you're doing what? You're building a targeted list. Why? Because the only people who would be interested in my offer, what did we say? My offer was 30 days, right? Of teaching them about stories in their marketing, right? So the only people who are going to be interested in that is people who are actually searching for how to tell more stories in their marketing. So if I create a training that's 3 types of stories you want to share in your marketing, what am I doing? I am getting a targeted list. Guys, are you following me? Right? Are you following me? So that's it. You just have to build a list. Whether it's, like I said in the beginning, I told you that if you're not new to this and you already have an email list or your Facebook group, you can literally get 1 to 3 clients following this in the next 7 days. You could get it today if you wanted to. I did it in a couple of hours. Right? Now, the only reason why it worked for me in a couple of hours is because I was actively growing the audience. So I had people I can go to. So this is the key, right? But if you're someone who's new and you don't have any of that, then the first thing you have to do is actually build a list. So go ahead, you create the quick training and you get people to sign up for this training and you promote it every day. And when you promote it, then you give them the invitation, go through the same 4 steps that I gave you, reach out. Hey, Who's here? Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia, I see that you downloaded my training. Did you get to watch it yet? Cynthia's going to say, oh my God, Nyala, yes, I got to watch it. It was really good. I've been wanting to know what stories I need to share in my marketing. So, oh, well, listen, I got this thing coming up that probably would be a really good fit for you. You got about 15 minutes that we could chat about it? Cynthia's going to say, yeah, sure, Nyala, let's talk about it. We're going to get on the phone. I'm going to tell her about it. I'm going to get her in the program. That's simple. That's simple. Okay? So that is the strategy that I want you. And again, follow through, follow up. I cannot stress this enough. The biggest reason why people are not seeing results and consistent results in their business is because they don't follow through on anything and keep learning and learning and learning and not taking action. And everything that I'm giving you right now is what people will charge you $10,000 for. And you just got it for free. So just follow through and go get the clients. I would hope that by the end of today, Michelle, hey Michelle girl, Michelle, Nikila, I would hope that all of you would be coming in the group and saying, Nyala, my freebie is done. I recorded my 20-minute 3 tips today. Because that's what follow through looks like. Okay? Okay. Cynthia said, would you also suggest doing social images as well to post? Absolutely. Anything that you can do to get people to engage. Because remember, what you're doing is you're going after people who engaged, right? So, I see a lot of people use this tactic. I haven't really gotten much results from this yet. And I'm going to assume it's because I'm probably not doing it correctly. But I've seen other people do this where they'll be like, I created a training that's giving you 3 stories that you could use today in your marketing. Do you want in? Type yes below. And then you'll see all these people start typing yes. And what you do is you check your inbox. You go in the inbox. Hey girl, here, download it right now. I'll check in with you tomorrow and see what you got from it. They go, they look. Tomorrow you come back. What did I say? Follow through. Do what? Follow up. So tomorrow you come back and you're like, hey, did you get a chance to see the training? That's from a social media post. That's from a social media post. All right? All right. D said, I already have my 5-minute video recorded with the free info. Good. So we're ready to go. Let's get our people, guys. It is March 2nd. Before I came on, I had Bone Thugs and Harmony playing. It's the first of the month, right? And then I was like, but it's the second. That's going to be whack. So that's why y'all didn't see me play it in the beginning. But it's the beginning, the first Monday in the month. Challenge yourself. Make me proud and go out there and get your clients, because I know that this is going to work and I'm not giving you stuff that don't work. Okay. So here's my 3 last tips that I want to leave with you. And these are just like some bonus tips. And these are some things just to make sure that you follow through. And I got this from HubSpot, FYI. So I didn't write this. Okay. Number 1, emailing and calling are the best ways to get in touch with prospects. Write that down. Put it on your notebook or your whiteboard if you have one. Emailing and calling are the best ways to get in touch with your prospects. Second tip, you're most likely to get a response if they have a current or future need for the product or service that you have. Again, you are most likely to get a response if they have a current or future need for your product and services. So what do we talk about? Targeted. People who actually need it. Don't be it's like this weekend, OMG, on LinkedIn. And I usually ignore people. That's the only thing I don't like about LinkedIn, but I had to give it to him. I didn't give it to him rudely. I gave it to him like, here's some advice. But he comes and the first thing he did is he did a voice note, which I think is awesome, right? I love the voice notes because people get to hear you and it's more of an emotional connection. So I listened to the voice note. When I listened to the voice note, he said, hey, I just saw your LinkedIn and I saw that you have a red dress. It was so funny. I was dying. It was like if he had Google up in front of him of colors. And he's like, I saw that you had a red dress in your picture, and red stands for powerful and da 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 da. It looks so like if he was reading about what colors stand for. And he said, so I just wanted to reach out to you because, you know, my wife, she wears a lot of red and she just wrote a book. And I'm just like, so then he ended with, so let me know if you have any time for us to get on the phone and chat. And I'm like, first of all, who are you? Second of all, who's your wife? Third of all, what? Fourth of all, are you serious? like, right? And so, yeah. Anyway, do not reach out to people if they didn't ask for what you have. If you don't know that they have a problem that, you know, you can fill, don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. Make sure that they have a need for what you have. Make sure that they already have some idea of who you are. I am not sending you to reach out to strangers. It is annoying. It is spammy and people don't like it and it doesn't work. So I'm telling you to create a targeted list. Okay. Last tip number 3, tease something of value before the consultation. So that's the whole little freebie. So even if you are someone who, like, you're going out to past clients, then it's okay to create that little presentation. I happen to like that idea better because then you could qualify people in the presentation, right? So like if I teach the 20-minute video and it gives you 3 stories that you can use in your marketing, I can qualify people in that 20 minutes. You get what I'm saying? By what I say, to get them to book the consultation. So I like the idea of giving something of value first. It really helps me from wasting my time on the phone. Like sometimes people reach out to me because remember I said that this is not something that you're going to do forever, because as you grow, what happens is people start reaching out to you. So I don't really prospect anymore unless it's for a live event, right? But you know, people would reach out to me and they were like, oh, I watched your training and, you know, I really feel like, you know, you're speaking my language and I think you may be able to work, you know, help me. You know what I do? I don't go for the call. I say, okay, listen, I got this quick case study here. I want you to watch it. It shares what I teach and my system in full. And if that's what you want, and if at the end of that, that's what you're looking for, then go ahead and book your appointment. That's what I do because I feel like I want to get on the phone with people who already know they want to work with me, right? So anyway, that's just bonus. We're getting off topic. So let me go. I'm going and going and going and going. I gotta go. Okay. I gotta go. Okay, so this has been another Money Marketing Monday with Nyala. I'm so happy that you guys were here with me today. We're going to replay this video a few times this week. You're also going to see me show up. Why? Because we're promoting. I'm back. All right. So we have a couple of things happening. Ready for it? Number 1, our Master Your Message Challenge starts next Monday. I come back from Vegas next Monday, and I'm literally going straight from the airport to sitting in this spot to teaching you next Monday, okay? So that's our 5-day challenge. That's for anyone who's struggling with their message, struggling with attracting their clients, struggling with articulating their value and getting people to pay attention to them. That challenge is for you, and it's absolutely free, okay? So you can sign up for that. I'm gonna get the link for you in a minute. You can sign up for that. The second thing, and then I'm gonna leave. The second thing is Market Your Message Live. Oh my gosh, it's back. That's my live event. So I do a signature live event where I bring 25 people out for intensive. We did it in Philadelphia here in 2019 for 2 days. And this year we are in Miami for 3 days, where you get my Market Your Message formula within 3 days, okay? One of the ladies, and it's so crazy that we're talking about prospecting. Shout out to Felicia. First of all, keep her in your prayers. I saw a post this morning where she lost her mom. So Felicia Wilson, we are praying for you. All right. She's in our group. If you guys want to send her a quick note or something, do that. All right. But she was at Market Your Message Live last year. She owns a nonprofit where she teaches foster parents and social workers how to better communicate with their foster kids, okay? And it's all about providing resources and education for foster kids who are transitioning into adulthood and being on their own, right? And you guys know that I am from the New York City foster care system, and here I am. Amazing, right? So, yeah, so last year, speaking of prospecting, last year, I knew Felicia for about 1.5 years, and last year I thought of her because she's not necessarily an ideal client because I work with service professionals and coaches, and she's nonprofit. But nonprofit people still need to learn how to master their message, how to craft stories, how to give presentations so they can get funding, right? They still need to know this stuff. So I'm like, wait a minute, Felicia would be perfect to come to this event. She wasn't perfect to be a client then, but she was perfect to come to the event to get what she needed. So I reached out to her, giving you the exact things that I gave you guys today. This was last year, I want to say May or something like that. So I reach out to her and I'm like, hey, Felicia, listen, my live event is happening in Philly. I know you're in New York, and I know that you said you really wanted to get better with your presentations and stuff. And that's what we're gonna be covering at the live event. So are you interested in coming? What's up? And she was like, yeah, send me the info. Sent her the link, bought a ticket, got on the bus, or I think she drove, I'm not sure, came to Philly, and guess what? 8 days after leaving Market Your Message Live, she signed a $7,500 contract to do her series. And I don't want to jack up her story, so I don't know if it was a government contract or if it was with the New York City school district. I can't remember, but it was a $7,500 contract. And she wrote me and she said it was because of the story that she crafted for her presentation at Market Your Message Live. So this is the power of my event. It is a masterclass and retreat. It's not, it's about coming and doing your story, mapping out your system, getting me to coach you, being in the room with like-minded individuals. It is intense. Okay. On Friday, we are going to have an all-white party. So we have a lot of fun, but it's also coming and working. And just from seeing me here, if you're new to me, please understand that I am 10 times better in person. Okay. So that is open now. So let me give you the link so you guys can get in on it. And then I'm really leaving now. I'm not playing. I really got to go. I bet you Asia has already texted me 1,000,000 times because she's supposed to get picked up at 12:15. So marketyourmessagelive.com. That's the link for Market Your Message. And let me give you the link for the challenge real quick. And then we're going to go ahead. Hold on, guys. Let me get the link for the challenge for you. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, am I in the right place? Yep, here we go. Challenge. Okay, so you guys have the link. Again, thank you so much. And I'll speak to you guys later, okay?